we're going to get into our fantasy baseball update for the previous week. This was week 18 matchup.
Yeah.
So let's start with the Springfield Isotopes against the Not Another Fantasy team. Springfield Isotopes, that is our guest listener, Zip. And then we have Jason, who is Not Another Fantasy team. Jason won this one 471 to 200. That's a big one. Zip actually texted me the other day and apologized for this one. He's like,
wow,
I am so sorry. It's like, you're fine. There's one in every league. It's like, just happened to be you this year. I was like, I was in my fantasy football league last year. That's why I'm not doing it this year.
There you go. Yeah, that's amazing.
But
I don't know
Zip's
what noise that was I just made.
Zip's top scorer was Martin Maldonado with 38, and then Jose Altuve had 36. Jason had Ryan Mountcastle with 81, and Sean Murphy with 72. Murphy had himself a series against the Mariners over the weekend. I was very upset about it. Like, very upset. So there's that. Jason improved to 9-9. Zip dropped to 3-15. Let's go to Brigger Mortis, Briggs team against the Harrisburg Charlies. That's John. Brig won this one 477 to 409. Very good. Nice. Brig, your top scorer was Yuli Gurriel with 79 points, and then you had Jose Trevino with 60. That's pretty good.
Yep. Look at the spread, though.
That is a good spread because your low score, all your scorers, first off, were had positive points, which is a surprisingly big deal, right?
A huge
deal,
yeah.
Yeah, that was Martin Perez with 7, but then above that, like, you had DeGrom with 16.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit double digits every week with everybody.
Yeah, that's good. I think I don't know that it's a guaranteed win if that happens, but you're gonna be pretty well off if that is the case. But John had Will Smith with 80. That's the Will Smith with the Dodgers, the catcher, and then he had Vlad Guerrero Jr. with 75. So his highs were higher, but his lows were lower because he had Lucas Giolito with negative 13.
Points. Yeah.
3 innings pitched, got a loss, 7 earned runs. It won't show me all of his stats, but not a good week for him. 8 hits, like that's a bad outing for him. So that really took a major toll on John's score this week. Again, that's Brig 477 over John 409. Brig, you're 9-9 as well, and John is also 9-9. You're on a 2-game winning streak, and by that I mean you're going to back-to-back. Let's move on to the Springfield Nuclear Power. That's Tori, and then we've got Jewel, the big league Chupacabra. Tori was the high scorer this week with a whopping 500 points. I'm going to have to go back and check. That might be the highest score we've seen all season.
I think, well,
if not, it's very close.
It's very close, yeah.
Because he had Paul Goldschmidt with 122. Goldschmidt was 13 for 24 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. The dude is playing out of his mind. Give him the MVP, like, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I like Manny Machado, and I would like to see him win it just to shut people up. But I don't know how you can give it to him over Goldschmidt because that's just bananas. And speaking of Manny Machado, he's on Tori's team as well. He got 38 points this last week, 9 for 26 with a home run and 6 RBIs. But his second highest scorer was Nathaniel Lowe, and he scored 104 points. And then Jewel had Cal Raleigh with 65 and Jose Abreu with 60. Yeah, Jewel did not have a great week for himself. He usually is up there.
Yeah, he's usually killing it. Yeah,
a typical week would have been actually pretty competitive with Tori. We had a pretty rough week. Jewel is 13-5. Tori is 8-10, and then on to my matchup. I'm the Manitoba Man Clowns up against Denise. She is Grace Under Fire. I won this one 393 to 373. This is about as average of a matchup as you could get, I feel like.
Yeah.
With that score. My top scorer was Matt Olson with 83. Then I had Adley Rutschman with 65. Denise had Wilson Contreras with 76. And Freddie Freeman with 71. I have Marcelo Zuna on my team. I just remembered. And I might need to find somebody else because I don't know how much he's going to be playing coming up. So there's that. Because he went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
-1 point.
The end.
So I'm now 10-8. Denise is 11-7.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the standings real quick because the season is wrapping up. We're going to be getting into the playoffs here pretty soon. So I broke this league into two divisions. We have the American League and the National League, and it's actually broken up, Brig. I don't know if you noticed this. The American League and National League is broken up based on the team, like the person who manages the team. It's based on the Major League Baseball team that they're a fan of. So you, Jewel, Zip, and me, the four of us are in the American League.
Whoa.
And then you've got Denise, Jason, John, and Tori all in the National League.
I did not know that.
Little nugget for
Now,
you there.
fantasy playoffs are in September. It's the last week of the regular season of baseball. The last month, not the last week.
Yeah, the last month, as I say. It depends on how your league is set up, but yeah, it's going to be the last month. So it's coming up in a couple weeks. Right now we have Jewel is leading the American League at 13-5. Then I'm in second place at 10-8. You're in third at 9-9. Zip is at the bottom at 3-15. Denise is on top of the National League, 11-7. Then you got Jason and John tied at 9-9, and then Tori at the bottom there at 8-10. That's still a pretty tight race there, going up to the finish. Anybody like if Denise loses a couple in a row, she could end up falling out if Jason or John win a couple in a row. So it'll be interesting to follow that and see how that ends up happening.